This week on Country Music Junkies, we're chatting with an artist that we have spoken to before. You'll remember him, Doug Briney. We have him on the phone. Doug, how you doing?
Patrice, I'm doing great. Thank you so much again for having me on.
Oh, well, you're so welcome. Thank you so much for joining us. Now, the last time we spoke, you were in Alaska pursuing your country music career, and now I understand you're in Nashville.
Yeah, absolutely. After 21 years of living in Alaska, we made the move this summer that we just didn't think we'd ever do, but we felt like in order to make music continue to grow and to continue to expand what we're doing, we needed to be in Music City. So we are here in Nashville now.
And how does that compare? How does the environment in Nashville compare to being in Alaska?
On the music scene, the talent here is so rich. There's just so many people that are extremely, extremely talented musicians, and it's incredible. So that's why we moved here. It is for the music and to take this and hopefully be a part of that group of incredible musicians. And we're doing well. We're getting out playing. We're earning respect where we're going, and people are enjoying what I'm doing. And so that's what it's about.
There you go. Well, that's awesome to hear. Now, you've also been really busy. You released an album back in November. It's your second CD, Super Country Cowboy. Tell us a little bit about that one.
Yeah, well, we started song selection way back over a year ago. It was September last year that we started song selection for a new album. And we, and I say we, it was my manager, Michael Stover with MTS Management, myself. And on my first album, I listened to over 300 songs to get to the 10.
Oh, wow.
And on this album, I don't have any idea how many songs Michael Stover listened to, but I know he weeded out a lot of songs, and I still listen to probably 200. And so, it was a long process. It really was from September all the way through to January that we were listening to music and selecting the songs. In January, we signed with Tate Music Group out of Mustang, Oklahoma. And it was about that time that we wrapped up the song selection, and I charted all the music out, sent it all down to them, how I wanted it, instruments that I'd like to have in each song, and kind of, the structure of each song. Sent that down to them, and that was in January. In May, I went down and recorded with them. I recorded. And then came back, and about 3-4 weeks later, they had the backgrounds all done, and then they were mastering and getting everything taken care of. After that was done, it's gone to marketing, and where they were putting together how the album looked and the packaging and everything else. And then in November 5 was the official release date of the album.
Crazy. Well, I mean, it's obviously been a work in progress, but the final result is amazing. It is such a great album. Now, the title track to the album, Super Country Cowboy, really upbeat, fun tune. Do you want to talk a little bit about the song and what you liked about it?
Sure. One of the things, every single song on this album, I have a personal connection to somehow or some way.
Okay.
I mean, everything on here, and that's important for me as I'm singing it, so that I'm just not singing words. I've got to be able to emotionally and mentally connect to the song. Super Country Cowboy really is kind of a autobiographical, I can never say that word, autobiographical sketch of Doug Briney. I mean, it really is. I grew up, and I think the last time I was on, we talked about some influences. I grew up listening to country music, and that's the genre that I've always been, partial to. But at the same time, and my dad is the one who listened to country music. My mom listened to the pop music of the day, and I don't know if it was so much the current pop music, but she listened to all the pop music stations. And I can still to this day sing every Beach Boys song I think ever recorded.
Oh, goodness.
And a lot of the Beatles songs and Eagles and and that type of stuff. So the song really is a lot about me. My daddy liked George Jones, Haggard and Buck Owens. Mama liked the Eagles and the Beatles and the Rolling Stones. And it really is who I am. And then, of course, there's the line in the song that talks about being an evangelical, rockabilly, psychedelic cowboy. And I'm definitely the cowboy, and I have some of those rockabilly roots. I remember trying to get into the rockabilly music when I was in high school, and the thing that didn't work for me was my hair. I could never get my hair to do that hairdo that all the rockabillys did, and then the evangelical part is a real testament to my faith and to that aspect of who I am. So it's a song really about me.
Well, that is a great story and a great, I guess, title for that album as well. One song in particular on the album that I quite liked your version of is the song "Believe," and I know that Brooks and Dunn are one of your influences. We had spoken before. You said that you're influenced by their music, and I really liked that song. And I'm sure there's a story behind it and why you picked that one. So let's hear that.
Well, absolutely. Like I said, every song there's a connection and a reason for it. The Brooks and Dunn song "Believe," I tell folks in my live concerts, I was blessed growing up. I grew up with a lot of old men. My neighbors all around me were older men.
Right.
And, I had the opportunity to. Mr. Basham was a neighbor a couple houses down. He was a retired machinist from Weatherby Rifles, and Mr. Basham and I spent a lot of time on his front porch and in his garage. He taught me how to weld, how to do machine work, mill work, and we had a lot of time sitting out on his front porch and talking about faith and talking about different things. And the parallel continues because I was in college. I was in my dorm when my mom called me to tell me that Mr. Basham had passed away.
No way.
Yeah, so it really does parallel that song, and then because of my faith, I do have that strong belief, and so for me that song is easy to sing, and yet it's a real reminder in my life of Mr. Basham.
Wow, well that's a great story as well. Now, fans, be sure to check out Doug's new album, Super Country Cowboy. And Doug, where can they go to check that out?
Well, they can get the hard copy CD directly from our webpage. That's DougBriney.com, DougBriney.com. And of course, we have the links to our Facebook up on there. We have all the social media links, but we also have in the store the link to iTunes, where they can just go, and if they don't, if they just want to piece the album together, they can do that, one song at a time, kind of like the old Johnny Cash song. I did it one piece at a time, and it didn't cost me a dime, but so they can purchase it that way through iTunes as well. And I've been throwing this out. One of the songs that's on the album is called "Unknown Soldier," and it's because I have such a strong military background in my family. I wanted to do a military song, and I recorded that one. And if folks that are listening have someone in the military, that they can go to iTunes and they can purchase that song and gift it to someone, maybe who's in the military, and that would be a phenomenal. I think I haven't run across a military person yet who hasn't enjoyed that song.
Oh, wonderful.
So it's just an idea for a Christmas gift. It's an easy thing, and it doesn't cost more than $1 to I think it's $1.99 for that song, and you can give that to a military person.
Well, there you go.
I think it'd be a fantastic, easy, cheap gift.
There you go. That's a great idea. Well, fans, be sure to check that out. Visit DougBriney.com. Doug, thank you so much for chatting with us today and chatting about the new album. Fans, be sure to check it out on iTunes, Super Country Cowboy by Doug Briney. Thanks so much, Doug.
Patrice, thank you so much again for having me on.